Okay, we are live, guys.
Awesome.
Welcome. Yay!
Hi.
Thanks for joining us on the Power Babe session here at Lovability. I'm Maureen Pollack, and I want to introduce to you guys. We have Daphne and Stephanie, and if you have different screens, Daphne, raise your hand. Me.
And I'm Stephanie. So great to be here. Thank you.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. And you guys are both co-CEOs of TBD Health. Before I get into it all, I think it's best when people introduce themselves because you guys know it all. So would you do a real quick hello?
Sure. Yeah. So, hi, everyone. I'm Daphne. I'm a co-CEO and co-founder of TBD Health. I'm normally based in New York. We're currently in Colorado just for a few weeks. But yeah, I'm so excited to be here. And thank you for having us, Maureen.
Anytime.
And yeah, Stephanie Estey, one of the co-founders of TBD Health. And we are so excited to be part of the Power Babe series. And yeah, we're big fans of Lovability and really excited to talk to you all a little bit about at-home STI, STD screening as well.
Yes, so that's the topic that we're going to be going into today. And it's a really amazing, powerful topic that either sometimes is brushed off to the side or you get it by a health teacher or a PE teacher inside of 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And it's just a little bit. And sometimes we're packed with scare tactics, but this is part of our health. It's not just sexual health. This is our health, and we should be talking about it. And you two are doing something phenomenal about making it easier for us to talk about. So real quick, I have a little sneak peek. I have one of your kits. Can you tell us what is the TBD kit and why you guys created it?
Yeah, so I'm so glad that you also brought up earlier about how kind of STIs are shoved aside and not really talked about. And that's a big part of what we're really trying to transform with TBD is really making that conversation a whole lot easier. And that's what we've done with our kits, right? Is that we're trying to transform what is a clinical high stakes experience into something that really makes women and vagina owners feel awesome, right? Like you're taking control of your sexual health and wellness, and that's something to celebrate. I'll have Daphne walk you through the actual going through the kit, but yeah, so excited to be changing that.
Yeah. And so that's a lot of that feeds into like how we thought about designing a kit in the first place, because we've talked to hundreds of women and they've told us how uncomfortable or physically uncomfortable or inconvenient or invasive it can feel to go to a clinic or a gynecologist to get their STI screening done. It often involves stirrups and someone poking around inside of you when you can actually do all of this yourself at home. And so we've created a kit that's designed to walk you through how to use it at home. Yeah, Maureen, you've got it. This is what we call our 5-panel kit, and it tests you for chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomoniasis, HIV, and syphilis. We also can test for other conditions as well, but that's what this kit is about.
So why should we be testing ourselves for those 5 panels? You chose 5, right? For the 5-panel test. And some of those are buzzwords we know about chlamydia, a lot of us. So why should we and how often should we realistically be testing ourselves?
Yeah, so a big part of why we started TBD was actually when Daphne and I were both in our early 30s now, and we had a lot of friends struggle to get pregnant. And it was this moment where we realized that actually STIs are the #1 cause of preventable infertility in the US, that really caused us to sit and reflect. Like that was something that neither of us had really known. And so making sure that we incorporated sort of how to make STI screening easier, that was why we started TBD Health. So, so 3 of those STIs, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and trich, those are the 3 STIs that can really lead to serious long-term consequences that relate to infertility. And then HIV and syphilis, it's always good to get checked as well. But those are kind of the 5 most common STIs that that folks should be worried about.
And how often? Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead. You go.
So as for how often you should get screened, it's really personal, and it really has a lot to do with your sex life and like how frequently you're having sex, how many partners you have, and other factors as well. But I think the safest thing to do is to kind of talk to a doctor or a clinician. TBD has incredible clinicians on staff that are sensitivity trained, they're empathetic, and they're sex positive. that can help you kind of work through those questions. So it has a lot to do with your personal life and your sex life, but also the CDC has some guidelines. They generally recommend that you get tested at least once a year for all the 5 conditions that we mentioned for our 5 panel. But your risk factors might be different depending on who you're having sex with and how frequently you're having sex. But it's just really important to us at TBD that there is no shame or stigma around your sex life, no matter who you're having sex with or how you're having sex. It's all good. We want you to have the sex that you want to have. We want you to have an amazing sex life. We just want you to have the tools to keep yourself healthy while you do it. And that's why we developed the kit.
And one of the things that has actually been so popular with TBD is our subscribe option. So this is for folks who they know that they are, that they want to be screened a little bit more frequently. And so we can sign you up for whatever cadence is really right for you. And that takes sort of the thinking out of it, right? You have a kit that shows up. You can sort of rest assured that you're having sex in a really healthy way. And we've actually been so surprised. That's been our most popular option so far, and which we love, right? Like that's exactly how people should be having great, healthy sex.
I love it. And we're going to go into, I'm going to open this up for you guys who are watching.
I love it. Yeah.
But like, as we're talking, even sometimes people don't have a lot of time. So real quickly, I just want to, for you guys to tell people how they can find you. I know we'll follow up at the end. We'll put the links and everything, but how easy is it to get this to your house?
So
What's the
easy.
process like?
It's like if you're comfortable ordering something on Amazon, it's as easy as that. So you just go to tbd.health. www.tbd.health is the URL, and then you can find our kit there. You order it, it comes to your house. We're currently live in 6 states, and that includes Washington, Florida, Nevada, Arizona, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Those are the states where we're available.
That's where you could ship to, but somebody could ship it there and get it somewhere else, right? Like I know somebody who's like, I'm going to ship to California, but then my friend's going to send it to me. Is that a loophole, or am I?
So I think that it's important that our clinicians are licensed in the states that you live in, because in order to administer care, it is state by state. So
yeah, we're expanding soon though. So sign up for our email list. We'll be in your state soon. Right. But we're starting with those 6, and we can't wait to be in more.
Yeah. And you guys said something, one of the reasons why I'm madly in love with you guys and was happy to partner, because we have similar ethos. We are women taking charge of our sexual health, and that's what it comes down to. So I'm going to open up this kit, and maybe you guys can walk me through. It's blind for me. I'm going to maybe do some of the tests, not all of them, because I'm sure there's some vaginal exams that I don't want to put out on YouTube.
Don't want to do that on screen. Yeah.
Not on screen, but I happen to be very lucky, and I have one of the most amazing OBGYNs. She was the one who pushed me to invent the water slide, and I have fun with her. I go in, I trust her. And when I found out personally that I have HPV, she delivered it in the most beautiful way. It was like, okay, this is what's going on. You had an abnormal pap smear. Cool, this is what we're going to do. But unfortunately, I've had so many people tell me, and I've experienced it with friends when they found out, horror stories about how they're delivered the news. So before I open this, I know I keep holding it ready to open, keeping you guys on the edge. When people, let's say there is information that you're delivering, how do they get it back? You do the test and then you get back the information.
Yeah, so you send in your samples to our lab processes them, and then we make the results available on our online portal. So you just log into your TBD account, and then they're available there for you. And you can also interact with our clinician team, so you can send them messages, and then that's also where you'll have your consultation. So we have a video conferencing platform. So yeah, it's all online.
So much stress, like even just getting this to your house, and it was very discreet. It just removes the pressures and the stress that people sometimes prohibit themselves from getting tested. So,
yeah. And I'll add that one of the things that really sets TBD apart is that we really focus on providing sex positive care. So all of our clinicians have been sensitivity trained. They're not going to sort of make you feel like this is an embarrassing or stigmatizing thing. It's really just like getting the information so you can then deal with it in a really proactive way. We can prescribe medication if that's kind of what you need, as well as for you and your partner. And then if it's something a little bit more complex like HIV or syphilis, we can refer you to a trusted provider in your state.
Can I just stop and say thank you, guys? Thank you. That's so beautiful. Okay, so for the kit, this is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous. And you guys will walk me through it. I ordered the kit. It's coming to my house. Even though I'm a monogamous married woman, I still sometimes get checked periodically because there's certain things like HPV that show up later and can lay dormant. So, okay, I open it up.
Yep. And so the first card you see, we developed this kit using something called human-centered design principles, which is all about making something that is actually usable by the consumer and something that makes the consumer feel confident about walking themselves through. Like, this isn't a box full of medical jargon. Yeah, the first thing that you see is an affirmation, right? It says you're doing a good thing. And that's what we want everyone to feel, like that you're taking care of yourself. And this is a really good step. And so the first card is the vaginal swab card. And so we use super plain English language and then have some diagrams to show you how to insert the vaginal swab and then how to cap it. So all you do, it's easier than putting in and taking out a tampon.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you put it back in the tube and then you put the tube in one of the biohazard bags that's also in the box. And then that's kind of how that works.
So it's similar to when I'm with my OBGYN and she's doing the Q-tip swab. I'm assuming that's what that is.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
You know, women know their bodies best. And so it's actually really great to be the one to kind of insert it. You know, the pressure that you need to use. And we give you guidance around how long to swirl it and how to do it. But it really takes about 30 seconds.
Yeah. And I mean, I've done that with my COVID testing where they've let me do it myself. And they're like, they're watching, they're in there. So you're right. User error. So let's say I get this and I'm inserting this swab. Does it have to be all the way back on your cervix? I'm reading it here. It says 2 inches side to side for 30 seconds. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And if you actually peel the, we show you what 2 inches looks like because I think a lot of folks don't know. So
I know.
I have no idea how much 2 inches is. You know,
or there. Okay, that's good. So it's almost like my fingers. That's actually more than I would have thought, to be honest. So that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
On to the next. I'm
super
not
easy
that one on screen for you guys. I mean, I could, but I won't. I'll bear it. So then we got the next one.
Yeah. This is our blood spot card. And so, more affirmations, because again, you're doing a great thing for your body. And we want to remind you of that. Yeah. So this is what we call our dried blood spot card. And those two little blue and white things are called finger prick lancets. And if you've ever been to the doctor where they prick your finger for a little bit of blood, it's the same thing. And so you prick the pad part of your finger. It's a tiny, tiny hole. You can barely feel it. And you draw out a few drops of blood. And then
nothing.
And then if you look in the pocket of the card, there's something called a dried blood spot card. It should be in the left-hand pocket. Yeah. And
pull it out.
Yeah, pull it out. I think it'd be great to show people because it's incredible. Yeah.
Those are the Band-Aids. That's the other side. That's for when I'm done.
I get my left and my right confused. It's probably the right-hand pocket.
No, you were right. I was left. You were right.
Yeah, exactly. So I really love this card and I'm excited to tell people about it because I think a lot of people don't know. But this technology basically allows you to saturate this blood card with just 5 drops of blood, right? You want to fill in each hole and then you want the back of the card to be saturated with blood, and that's how you know you've done it right. But with this tiny amount of blood, we can test you for several viral infections. And so this is the card that we use to test you for HIV and syphilis. Yeah.
And it says on the back, do not touch sample area. It's very user friendly.
Super easy.
And then we've put a Band-Aid in there for the road.
So I'm putting it back on the right side. And then the Band-Aids.
Yep.
Okay, this is so cute.
Yeah.
And then we have another last step in there, which is one of our favorite parts of the kit, which is a Lovability condom. So we're so excited to be partnered with Lovability, and this is one of sort of those awesome things that you're kind of left with. We think that part of sex is safe sex, and condoms are a huge part of that. So we're so happy to be partnered with you guys.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw the Lovability condom, I was like, I need to get in touch with these people because
Mhm.
just the powerful idea of being the woman with the condom and having a condom that was designed for my body, I think is just something that I wish existed more. And I think every woman we put this condom in front of has been like, this is an incredible condom. And like, I'm so proud to be carrying it. Not only is it like beautiful to look at, but it's also, I think, just really comforting to know that it was developed with our vaginas in mind.
And the
So
vulva's on it, the Lovability condom. Thank you guys. Like, I'm so happy that this is in there for people to use. Real quick, just like you guys, we are not just talking about sexual health, we're doing it in a fun and beautiful way. So, one of the things, real quick, on the Lovability condoms is, I'm sure you notice, it doesn't look like a square pouch that you tear open. This is for vulva owners and receivers' perspective. So, it's easy open. I'm going to open this one here. I'm not going to waste it because this is for education, but I always hate wasting. So it's easy open. And one of the great things is the tip is always up.
So helpful.
Why is
So
that
helpful.
important, ladies? Why is the tip always up important?
Well, you have to know what side to put it on.
Yes.
That's exactly, yeah.
There's no guessing. And what happens if somebody only has one condom on them and they put it on the wrong way? Technically, it's contaminated. And what are the odds that they're going to go, I'm so sorry, we have to stop now because I contaminated the condom by accidentally putting it on the wrong way?
right.
Slim to none. I mean, there's angels out there who are responsible who'll say, but let's say they do happen to put it on the wrong way and it's contaminated. Who suffers? The receiver. Male, female, whoever's receiving, because now it's only on the outside. And it allows for you to do it properly, grabbing the tip, putting it on. And I won't get into more of my like fun like demonstrations, but I can't help myself. Oh, and what
I
happens
love it.
only have one condom and they're like, but I don't know about that one. I don't know. I'm really big. I can't use a condom. Okay, if you're like bigger, and this is not like, oh, come on. Like, that's
And Maureen, I feel like I've seen you put it around your ankle and your foot. Like,
am I
these
doing
things
that
can
now?
stretch.
We'll save that for the Instagram live. I will put it on my leg because I was planning for a Zoom call right now and I'm business on the top, party on the bottom. So I won't be lifting my leg right now, but for our live one, I'll do it on Instagram for you guys.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yay. So just like TBD, just like Lovability, like I was saying, our packaging is beautiful. So is yours. This is so much fun. And I left it out and my 13-year-old son's like, what's that? I'm like, don't you want to know? And then I pulled it out and I was like, you know what? You should know because I want you to be knowledgeable about getting tested. This is not a taboo subject. This is important. So I went through and showed it to my son and he was like, that's really cool. And he's like, just so you know, the packaging. I was like, what's in that box over there? So bravo on your branding.
Awesome.
Bravo on all of this STD awareness and STI awareness. I know we're changing the jargon.
And how amazing it is that your son now knows that this is something that can be enjoyable or fun. It doesn't have to be like a terrifying experience.
No, I would totally, when my kids go off to whatever age they are, they want to get tested. And I know that some people have phobias and getting tested. This eases a lot in the safety of your own home.
Yeah.
You also include, I know there's a little card about Lovability in there. Thanks, guys. And the last part, which, oops, I just dropped some stuff. You included some other things in there at the bottom of the box. What are these?
Yeah, so each of the samples, your vaginal swab and the dried blood spot card, they each get their own biohazard bag. You slip them in, it just keeps them safe and it keeps them from kind of getting jostled around in the mail. And then you slip both of those in the prepaid shipping sleeve. That's right. And then you put it in your mailbox and that's it. You really just don't have to go anywhere. You can stay at home, do the whole thing.
How long does it take for me to get my results once I put it in the mail and I let snail mail do its thing? It's fast though.
Just a few days. So it gets sent back priority shipping to the lab and then your lab results come back very quickly, just a few days.
Just a few days. And I get an email, I get notified, I get to go check the portal and take it from there. And I have more knowledge and knowledge is power.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we really tried to create we tried to imagine the best STI screening experience out there, the one that both of us wish we would have had. And really built the experience to replicate that. And that's why you'll see kind of the fun colors and the branding, and also the really sort of careful approach that we take to our critical care team. Just trying to really celebrate people and taking ownership of their sexual health and wellness. So yeah.
I love it. And I want to thank anybody who's listening and watching. If you're catching this in time, we're doing a whole partnership with you too. And we're going to offer this week, we're going to do a TBD week with the code only for you guys who are watching this right here, and you'll get 20% off at Lovability. So is there anything else that you guys want to share that I didn't ask?
Yeah, well, so along those same lines, TBD is also, we're doing 25% off. The discount is automatically applied at checkout. Let us know if you have any questions, and make sure to follow us on Instagram.
What are your handles on Instagram?
We're at tbd.health. And then our website is www.tbd.health as well. But yeah, we're so excited for this week, and we have a lot of great things coming your way.
And what is this week? What is the date? Because I know sometimes I go back and watch things and I'm like, wait, that's 3 years ago. So
That's such a good question. Let me see.
yes.
It is the 18th.
Today's the
19th.
19th. We're kicking it off on the week of the 24th. So
Okay. And it ends 5/30/2021 at 11:59 just for the code. This is taken off and going on for a long time, so there'll be more to come. Thank you both for joining me and coming on here. I love to share your story, and let's keep rocking this. Thank you.
thank you so
Maureen.
much.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys. Bye, Lova Babes.